All right. Hello, MUL 105 Digital Photo. Welcome to week 2. And give me a little intro here as to what you can expect for the week. So, the big things that we're going to be working on, going to be continuing to get to know your cameras. Camera boot camp continued. So, we're going to be diving into depth of field, aperture, shutter speeds, ISO, all that good stuff, all the foundations there to making good exposures and learning how ISO, shutter, and aperture all interrelate together to create a good exposure, and how by manipulating one of those items, we can make changes, but then sometimes we have to manipulate another item to bring everything kind of back into an even playing field. But there are times that we might not want to do what the camera meter says that we need to do, and we need to then be able to deviate off of that a little bit. So you're going to be learning kind of all about that and kind of bending those rules and then applying that into your next photo assignment, which is lines, pattern, texture, and time. And in that assignment, you're going to be exploring composition and different types of elements that you can have in your photographs, and then also how the shutter can freeze and blur action to create a desirable effect, or create something that's unusable, and then you can look at it and go, well, what's wrong here? And then you can problem solve your way out of it and figure out, oh, my shutter speed is too slow and I'm getting blurry movement. I need to speed that up, and I can do that by changing my ISO and changing my aperture and letting more light into the camera. So, or a combination of both to get myself to the place that I need to be. And then this week you're going to dive deeply into Lightroom. So that project is going to get imported into Lightroom during the week. You're going to be creating some catalog or collections and collection sets, and then exporting those out so that we can view them both for the class critique and to Google Drive. So you will be exporting that stuff twice. You have some more reading to do in the Zen of post-production. That will go along with that, so you can use that as a reference. Chapters 4 and chapter 16 are very, very useful there, and you should be all the way read up through chapters 1 through 3 at this point. There's a piece about composition, short. I would highly recommend it. And then we got 5 photographers this week that you're looking at. So Lindsay Adario, Robert Frank, Sebastian Salgado, Jeff Wall, Gregory Crudson, and Catherine Opie. Very different across the board there. Very fascinating group, and I think you'll find them all really interesting. You'll be comparing and contrasting those in a small discussion forum, which is due in week 3. But these photographers are going to be good for getting you going and thinking about your next assignment in week 3, which will be a portrait assignment. All right, so the things you need to do this week are comment on 3 photographers from week 1. Comment on some photographs from the Art of Seeing in your class discussion there. You have an ISO, shutter, and aperture paper that is due at the end of the week. Lines, patterns, texture, and time is also due at the same time. And then a comment forum for Lindsay Adario for your 5 photographers that you're looking at. So reach out with questions in the course Q&A, and I look forward to seeing your work, and we'll go from there. All right, have an enjoyable week 2. By the time we're done with this, you will be halfway through the course, which is going by quick. All right, peace out.